In order to master price action trading, it's essential to understand the candlesticks and what they tell us about the market and the situation there. So in this video, I will show you exact candlestick patterns I use to identify trade opportunities. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and to leave a like if you like my content. So let's start right away with the candlestick patterns. Candlesticks reflect what buyers and sellers are doing. They tell us what is going on the market in terms of buying and selling. So the first one we're going to take a look at is this beautiful long wick candle. You see the candle has a really small body but a really long wick. But what does this candle tell us? We see that the sellers tried to push the market slower, but they failed since the candle's closing price is far higher than the low of the wick. So the opposite would look like this over here. When the sellers try to push it down and are successful, this is a momentum candle. But we will talk over that later on. Let's focus first on this long wick candle. As we see here, we are coming from a downwards movement, and then we are at a situation where we have this level where the market has reacted to before, and this is where the pullback is running into. And then combined with this long wick candle where we see that the sellers don't manage to push the market deeper, this is a high indication that the market may reverse at this point. So when the market turns here and is gaining momentum, it's a perfect time to enter the market to trade into the long direction. The long wick candles usually happen at key levels like here, mostly through profit taking or new positions being opened, or a mixture of both. The second pattern I want to show you today is the inside bar candlestick pattern, which you can see directly here. We have a green candle and after that a red candle, which body is within the one of the candle before. This is showing us that the momentum we had down here with the big green candles with the big bodies, that the momentum is being lost at this point where the market is not making any new highs. So since we started a new upwards movement here with new higher highs and higher low, this is an indication that the market is possibly starting the reversal right here, as it has been doing afterwards. So the same as the long wick candle, which we had a look at before, these are both candlestick patterns which show us that the buyers or sellers are failing to push the market further into the current direction. So in this case, the buyers can't manage to push the market further. The pullback has to occur first, and here we see the bears are losing power and probably some positions are being closed, some new are opened since we are having a new build upwards trend here. So probably there are new long positions opened and short positions from the downtrend before it closed. That's what this candle is telling us, and after that is momentum gaining, which brings us also to the third candlestick pattern which I want to show you, and that is the momentum candle. Down here, for example, we see a beautiful long green candle, a big momentum gaining into the long direction, and that exactly at this level. When the market is coming close to the last high from before, the momentum candle is indicating that the market is probably going to break through and continuing into the long directions. So the market is not only making a new high after this last high, so it's also breaking through the high before, a highly indication for a trend reversal. So momentum candles with this big momentum gaining are usually occurring after rejection levels. So in this case, at this point, it wasn't even an indication there that the market is reversing or maybe reversing soon. But the bears didn't manage to push the market further down, and then new positions open for the long direction, old ones close for the short direction, and then this big momentum was gaining up into the long direction. It was probably time for the market to reverse, since we know in trend trading, trending movements don't occur forever. So at the latest, after 5 swings, we should definitely keep an eye on the market and look for indications for a possible reversal. And last but not least, what we have exactly here also is a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern. So the bullish green candle totally engulfs the red candle before. And not only that one, also the candles from before. This is also a really bullish candlestick pattern. So like explained before, the bulls have at this point overpowered the bears, pushing the price higher. So like I said also before, it usually occurs at the end of a downwards trend like here, being a reliable signal for a possible reversal. It can also occur sometimes within the trend. It's an indication for a trend continuation. As you have probably noticed, I have shown you all 4 candlestick patterns at the same chart, at the same area. Why did I do this? Because I want to point out that you can combine candlestick patterns with each other. Of course, we always need confirmation in trading before we enter a trade, that the market is not going through at this level and making a new higher high is of course a first indication. But we should always use confirmation before we enter a trade, because as you know, we always have false signals in trading as well. That's not possible to trade without them, but what we manage is to get the highest possibilities for a good trade, and this we get through confirming our trade idea before entering. So in this case, we are making a new high with a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. Then we see here the market is doing a pullback, and the bears of course try to push the market deeper, since probably most didn't manage to close the positions yet. But at this point, this is the decision point. The market is using this level as support, and the bulls push the market further up. So this is definitely an area where we could easily place a trade into the long direction for a good and profitable trade long. So always remember, the more confirmations you have, the higher the possibility that your trade idea is working out and your trade is turning out really well. That's it for this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumb up. I will see you again next week with the next video. And if you don't want to wait until then, you will find below this video a link to my website. Bye bye.